Hello and welcome back to A-level paper for October, November 2024, where we are done doing the spreadsheet for task 1, and the video will be included in the playlist in the description. You can find the previous video for doing this paper. So we're going now to do the next task, which is for graphic creation. Task 2, it says open bay.jpg picture in an image editing application. So we have this picture. So let's right click and open it in Photoshop, and I'm just going to open it directly over here. I will just drop it and open it, or right click and open it. See, for step 1, remove the figure and repair the sea. As you can see here, we need to remove this figure and these reflections even from the sun. So let's go ahead to so let's remove the lock from here. All right, after that you have a couple of tools that you can use to remove it. You have the spot healing, you have the remove tool, the healing brush, the patch tool even can work, and the content aware even the move. All those tools can actually work. I'm going to choose now the remove tool. If in case you don't have it, you can try with the others. I'm going to show you later also how to use it. Select the right size and that's simply highlight over the object that you want to remove it. And wait a bit, and it's going to process and it's going to remove it for you. We need to remove also this shading as well. Okay, there are some remaining shades over here. We can also do it with the same tool or proceed to the next tool. I can show it to you also with another tool. Or if this tool you have it, you can just go ahead. It's much saving time than the other tools. All right, let's go to the next tool. I can try it with, let's try with healing brush tool. We can select also the right size of the brush tool. What you need to do, you need to press on Alt on anywhere on the first select the area that you want to replace it. Let's say I want to replace this area to be here. So first put your mouse cursor over here, press on Alt on your keyboard and click one left click over here. Okay, what happened now? You copied this area to be moving with you wherever you want it, as you can see. Okay, if you have a bigger tool, sometimes it can work better. Sometimes smaller paintbrush, it can work better. In this case, I'm just going to select a bit smaller size and I am going to zoom in to have better results. So I'm just going to select Alt over here. Okay, that's working better. There is also one thing here. I'm just going to cover it. One more things we need to cover from here. I'm just going to cover. Okay, we still have some reflection from the sun. We can cover it over here. Okay, we're almost done. We have just few more over here. I just need to remove this reflection as well and these small stuff over here, so you just can use the Alt. I just need a bigger size over here, and then right then, or I just can, just to save time, I can use this tool a bit more over here. So we still can actually work more a bit here and try to remove it more. Okay, it looks better. That's another tool, the first one. Okay, so let's move to the next point. So step 2, recolor the image as grayscale and remove the sky. So we need to remove the sky. First, let's remove it because it will be easier to remove. As we color it, it will be a bit difficult. So I'm just going to select the magic wand. I can reduce the tolerance a bit. Including the sunlight, also we need to remove it. For these extra parts at the top, we can use this rectangular. Just make sure that it is this option selected, so it's going to select and plus all of your selections. Okay, I just need to zoom in. We need to make sure that all the points are have got selected, and there is no extra point have been selected over here. For example, there are some more points that we can select. Here, over here, there are some extra points that have been selected. We can just select over this subtract from the selection and we can remove it. So you can keep adjusting over here as you think is the right way. Over here, for example, there are a lot of selected parts. I don't want all those parts to be selected or cropped later or removed. Over here, I need more selection. Okay, I can also select by using here the magic wand. Also in magic wand, make sure that it is with this option, which is addition or add to the selection. Okay, we're almost done. Just a few details. If you really want to care about it, you may, but also make sure of your timing. Okay, that's enough. Here a little bit, just more. Okay, and that's all of our selection, and simply just press now on delete button on your keyboard. After that, we need to apply the grayscale to this image. So delete it, just make sure that you press on Ctrl D to deselect any selection. And then after that, go to adjustments, and you can just select, if you have already pictures over here already available, those portraits, you can select them, or you can go to black and white, and it's going to turn it into a gray scale. After that, on step 3, replace the sky with the black to blue gradient. So we can just add a gradient here to the sky. I'm going to make it into a new layer over here. I'm going to select it. This selection, I'm just going to make it to the rectangle. Okay, and I am going to select the gradient over here. I have already added this gradient before, so I'm just going to show you how to do it. So after you select the color, you're going to get in properties here your color ratio. You can just double click on the first dot and then select the color. I selected blue, and then double click on the second one and select to be a dark color. So they want black to be at the top and blue at the bottom, so you can just reverse it. Okay, I need it to be more black. You can even manipulate it from here to be more black. Okay, just like this. Okay, after that, okay, I still need to adjust this lining. So this needs to be added at the back. So I'm just going to move this picture like this to the back. This is not colored. Why? This is supposed to be, isn't it black and white? Let's move this at the top. Okay, I'm having an issue over here that whenever I move this to the top, this also become black and white. So what I can do, I can select this and press on Ctrl or Shift on the keyboard and select the second layer, and then merge these two layers by using just Ctrl E. It will become into one layer, and then we can just simply take this below and it will change our sky color. Step number 4, color the sea and sand using a blue layer with 40% opacity. Okay, so we just need only the ocean with the sand. All right, so again, let's go over here. I'm going to go to the main picture. Let's go and select the ocean. You can see the boat is not blue, so we're going to exclude the boat. Okay, that's better with the wand tool. Okay, so we're done selecting. So we need these parts to be only a bit blue. So I'm just going to create a separate layer. I will call it Control J. And I'm going to make this layer with the opacity. Oh, first let's add the blue layer on it. So add it into a new layer, or no, you need a selection. So in my case, I have made it into a new layer. So I'm just going to make sure that it is selected properly. So I selected this empty place, and then I'm going to invert it. Control Shift and I. It got inverted into this one. So this is selected to the new layer. I could do even the same thing to this layer, or whether the new layer anyway. After that, go to this option and click on solid color. Let's go over here to the blue color. Okay, I'm just going to select this one. And let's reduce the opacity to be 40%. Okay, that's working correctly. It's quite matching the color. Yes, okay, so we're done. So you can see there are a few minor here that we need to select it, so be careful about those small minor mistakes. So in step 5, use moon.jpg to add the moon to your image. Recolor the position as well. Recolor and position as well. Okay, so let's have a look over here that we have the moon. Okay, let's go back to our image. Let's correct the zooming, and then let's go and drag this one. But before dragging, you can see there is a background. So first, let's not to drag it directly here. Let's drag it at the top over here. So you can see the copy word is appearing. Here, smooth supposed to appear, but here copy will appear. So let's drop it at the top. And let's remove the background. You can just use the magic wand. And let's remove this lock. And then press delete on your keyboard. Here we go. Now select this option and drag it back to over here. Okay, Control T and hold Shift on your keyboard to make sure of the not to destroy the image. So let's make sure of the size. Okay, wait a bit. This image is supposed to be black and white, so before we drop it, actually, let's change the color. Let's invert it. Actually, I need to select it to invert it. Control I. Okay, select it, and then go over here and that made it to blue. So I just want it to be, we can just go to adjustment, choose black and white. That's better color. I'm going to merge these two, Control E, and let's after that drop it to this main image. Okay, after that let's resize it. Control T and reduce it to the correct size and position it in the right place. Okay, one last thing is left to add a halo effect around the moon as shown. So for this, we can just double click over here. We're going to get the layer style. We can add the outer glow. You can see there is a glow have been added. You can actually manipulate it as well, the glow, to increase the size or reduce it. Okay, let's also add inner glow. Not really needed the inner glow, just keep it the outer glow. It's much matching. Okay, step number 7, add some stars to the sky, lights on the headland and lights on the boat. Okay, so we have so we can see better over here. For adding the stars, we can use just the brush tool, and you can choose one of the brushes over here. I prefer like the one that has opacity outside to be less, and the hardness, I mean, to be 0%. And then you can choose the sizes according to what you need. So over here we need big stars, so I'm going to increase the size a bit. Okay, so you have here one, no, not this way. Okay, it's adding into this layer. Let's create a new layer. Okay, let's add it now. Now it's going to work. I forgot the color. Needs to be white. One over here. One here. One here. I think I added here something by mistake. Later I should remove it, but anyway. Let's reduce the size a bit more. Those are for the small stars. So one over here, 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 here. Next to the moon, at the bottom. Okay, we need to add also on the boat and some lights here at the corner. So let's go. They need some lights over here. So there are 3 lights, okay? Five, and on the board also we still have some. So we have 1 light over here, and we could adjust the other lights to be a bit small and narrow. Okay, so Control 0 to see the whole image. Good. Let's go to the question paper back again. So the final image should still step 8 is left, so we need to add the last point, which is the moonlight. Add it as a reflection of the moon in the sea. Your final image should look like this. So you have the moon reflection. Again, it is with the background, so I have to remove it first. So add it at the top over here, and let's use the wand to remove it. Okay. We can just delete some extra parts from the corner here. We'll make it a bit bigger. We don't need all those actually. Okay, we're done. Control D to deselect, and let's drop it back to our main image over here. Oh no, I still have the line at the bottom. That's okay. We can just use the eraser over here. Control T and adjust the size. The color is more to the blue side, so it shouldn't be this much reflecting. So I'm just going to drag it over here, and okay, that's much better. Yeah, previous way was better. No. Okay, so save your image in PNG format, and it's supposed to be night scene followed with your center number and candidate number, and most importantly it's supposed to be in PNG format. So the final thing is file, export as, and then here don't get panicked if you can see it here in a bit purple color, but after you save it, it will look as natural as you did it over here, like in the blue shade. So export it to the right location and make sure the name is also correct. So my location is over here. It's a long path, so I'm just going to copy, paste it, and with the right name, where there's a space in the beginning, and save it over here. I always recommend my students to save the whole project as well, in case something got lost or something happened. You already have the project. So I'm just going to keep it in the Photoshop format, and as well as, okay, save it. Let's check in our final. So this is the work, and this is our final image. Okay, so that's the end of this task. If you have any questions or any